Death row killer Kenneth Smith was allowed a final meal before his nitrogen gas execution, the first of its kind, which has been heavily criticized as inhumane. Smith's spiritual advisor, the Reverend Jeff Hood, said his last meal consisted of a Waffle House order: T-bone steak, hash browns, and scrambled eggs in A1 sauce and toast. Procedure around the method of execution reports meant Smith was denied food for 8 hours before his death. Smith was said to have consumed his final meal at 10 a.m. on Thursday morning before being denied any further solid food before his death and only clear liquids. According to a court document, the decision to ban all solid foods in the 8 hours before his death was to reduce the likelihood of him vomiting during the execution and limit any substantial risk of harm. On Wednesday, one day before his scheduled death, Smith reportedly declined to eat breakfast and lunch, and only consumed a coffee, a Mountain Dew, and a Pepsi, however did eat part of his evening meal. Yesterday he was also reportedly visited by a friend, his brother, 2 nieces, his son, grandson, wife, attorney, and spiritual leader. United Nations experts previously expressed alarm ahead of Smith's execution, saying this month in a news release, "We are concerned that nitrogen hypoxia would result in a painful and humiliating death." The UN High Commissioner for Human Rights called on Alabama to halt the execution, saying it could amount to torture or other cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment or punishment under international human rights law. Previously, Smith, 58, survived a botched attempt at lethal injection execution back in November 2022, where he spent 4 hours believing his death was only moments away. Now, 14 months later, if everything goes to plan, Smith will be the first ever person to be executed using this method in the U.S. He expressed his fears in writing, saying, "I am worried that we have told Alabama that these risks could happen, will happen, just like we warned them last year, and they will do nothing to prevent these dangers from happening." Smith's own attorneys have said the state was looking to make him the test subject for a novel execution method. Currently, Alabama is just one of 3 states, along with Oklahoma and Mississippi, that authorizes the use of nitrogen gas in executions,